Good evening. It's day 17 of my endometriosis diary, and it's a bit of a late one this evening because I had to go and pick Bez up from Hull because he'd cycled this morning from where we live to Hull, like 80 miles, and had planned to get the train back, so he got the ticket and everything. And he was turned away by the ticket inspector at the train, which was pretty much empty. There was no one in the there was no other cyclists, no other bikes, and the guy was just a fucking job's worth. So he wouldn't let Bez on the train because he didn't have a reservation. I don't know if any of you have tried to get a bike reservation on a train up here. You have to book it in advance, you have to book it online, and it's just an absolute shenanigan. You can't, it's not possible to book, to reserve a seat. You've got to reserve a seat and then you can reserve a space for your bike, and it's just not possible. So it's a complete sham. Anyway, I'm outraged about that. So I had to, go and rescue him. I had to go to Hull, drive to Hull, and pick him up from the train station before he froze into an ice pop. So it's a bit late this evening, so I'm going to try and keep this kind of short. So it's the 17th of March. The 17th is significant to me because it was the 17th of May when I had my operation in 2017. So it's like a year and 10 months to the day that I had the operation. So, just thinking how far I've come along the way. And the recovery was as you'd expect a recovery to be. Not necessarily smooth, but physically I healed quite quickly. My scar tissue actually healed really quickly, to the point where a nurse friend of mine was just like, "What? You're like super robot woman or something, healing that quickly." She was amazed. So the actual physical healing took about 3 months. So, and then I was able to do more things, but still I had to be pretty careful. I mean, 3 months in, I was absolutely itching to get out on my bike. And I managed to, we went up to Scotland for a nice holiday to kind of celebrate me being more well. And we took our bikes up, and I actually did a 56-mile bike ride with Bez around the Isle of... I've forgotten what it's called. Arran. The Isle of Arran, which was amazing. And I was absolutely fucked at the end of it, I must admit. It was a bit too much. It was a bit too much, but also, it was exciting to feel, right, okay, I can do this kind of mileage, but maybe I need to take it a bit easy and have a few more stops and stuff like that. But that was really exciting to be able to do that. And then from there, so as my body was starting to heal, and through the healing process, I'd try and do things, and then I'd overdo it, and I'd I'd be wiped out, and it would hurt the scar tissue in the muscles around my like pelvic floor and stuff, and my pelvis. So I did have to learn to be pretty careful. And so as my body physically healed, then I had to deal with the mental, the psychological stuff then started to come up, which was really challenging. And the hormones were really full on. I was really struggling with the hormones, and I was really struggling with the fact that I was still having an endometriosis cycle at this point. I was still having like a cycle, and I hadn't expected that. I'd expected it to be just gone. I'd expected the cycles to go and the pain to go. Bez is here. Just bring me a cup of tea. Very nice. But it didn't. So that was it was really challenging. It was really challenging, and psychologically, it screwed me over quite a bit. But eventually, I tried lots and lots of things to help. I tried exercise. I was doing lots of exercise, and I was eating really well and being really careful with my diet. Not drinking caffeine. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. Been vegetarian for over 20 years. Now predominantly vegan. Don't have gluten. All these things, I was doing to try and help myself, and meditation and yoga. But I didn't seem mentally to be getting anywhere, to be getting any better. And it was the cycles were becoming stronger and stronger. It wasn't an easy time for either me or Bez, that. So I went to the doctor, and she prescribed me some antidepressants, some fluoxetine, which I was like, right, okay, I'm not into that idea of doing that, but I'll go and get the prescription, and I'll put them in the drawer, and if it gets really desperate, then I'll consider it. It got really desperate. It got really, really bad. And I spoke to some very good friends of mine about the benefits of taking antidepressants and how it can help. And they were just really practical about it and helped me to understand that it could actually help me, and it would be worth a try. So I did, and I had a lot of side effects from them, and I'm still taking them now, actually. So I've been taking them for just over a year. The 120 milligram tablet a day. So I'll talk a bit more about how that helped tomorrow, because it's late now, and that's enough of me waffling on. So thanks again for taking the time to listen to my ramblings. And I'll see you tomorrow. Night night.